Welcome to my channel. Today, I will talk about mastering English with incredible phrasal verbs and collocation tips. Now, in this video, you will learn about the usage of phrasal verbs and collocations in English, as well as the importance in communication. I will also discuss some of the most common phrasal verbs and collocations and how to use them in a conversation. Now, if this is the information that you want to hear, you know what to do. Click the like button and the subscribe button. Okay, finally, at the end of the video, I will provide some tips on how to improve your phrasal verb and collocation skills. Are you ready? Yes, great! Let's go! Now, let's review some phrasal verbs. The first phrasal verb is go on. This means to continue to do something. Here is an example. I can't believe he went on vacation without telling me. The second example of go on is go on. Tell me what happened next. The next example is I'm going on with my presentation. The next phrasal verb is carry out. Now, this phrase means to do something that you have said you will or have been asked to do. To carry out a promise, to carry out a threat, a plan, or an order. Here is an example. I expect my instructions to be carried out to the letter. That means do everything I said to do. Another example of carry out is the building work was carried out by a local contractor. Carry out is also known as a noun. In this phrase, as a noun means a takeaway meal from a restaurant. Here is an example. Are you ordering carry out for dinner today? Set up. This phrasal verb means to assemble and prepare for use. For example, I need to set up my tent before dark. The second example is we had to set up all the chairs and table for the event. Now, let's practice collocation. Dun, 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 dun. The first collocation is come to an end. This means to reach a point where an activity or process is finished or has stopped. Here is an example. The long meeting finally came to an end after 4 hours. Example number 2. His contract with the company came to an end after 5 years of employment. Now, the next collocation is come clean about. This is informal. This phrase doesn't mean bathing or doing chores. It means to tell someone about something you have kept a secret. Here is an example. I had to come clean. I used a recipe to create that dish. The next one is under attack. It is subject to enemy attack or censure, or to plan to do harm to someone or something. Also, to be a person that others are attacking or criticizing. If you want to improve your English, mastering phrasal verbs and collocation is essential. Here are some tips to help you learn and remember phrasal verbs and collocations in English. Number 1, memorize the basic phrasal verbs and collocations in English and use them in your conversations. Number 2, take note to the context in which the phrasal verbs and collocations are used. Number 3, practice using phrasal verbs and collocations in various sentences. Practicing is very important. Number 4, look for English material that use a variety of phrasal verbs and collocations. Tip number 5, make connections between the phrasal verb and the collocation and their meanings. The 6th tip is to utilize online resources like quizzes and games to help you test your knowledge. I hope that you were able to gain some knowledge and understanding of the subject. Until next time, use the correct phrasal verbs and collocations in your English conversation. Goodbye for now.